While Despicable Me seems to have a sure victory, the Megamind movie was made just terribly. Megamind definitely has everything that a good movie shouldn't have. Low quality animation and a tangled script that makes no sense at all. So in this video, let's see what awaits our favorite villains. Will the new Despicable Me movie flop or succeed against Megamind 2? Let's start by talking about the abomination of Megamind. The first movie was simply wonderful. It had a story that some could possibly relate to, as Megamind was practically an excluded and rejected little boy by everyone. No one wanted to team up with him, and they saw him as the class outcast. And if we remember correctly, this was the main reason why Megamind decided to take the path of evil, somewhat like what happened to the Joker. But with these new installments of Megamind, Universal and DreamWorks don't realize they're about to destroy a wonder. Who on earth told them that Megamind needed a sequel? Not only were they satisfied with releasing one movie, but there's also a Megamind series in the works. But both seem like they were made by a high school kid. The animation just simply stinks, and let's not even talk about the script. Maybe they were trying to replicate the success they had with Kung Fu Panda, but we have to remember these are two very different stories. In one hand, Kung Fu Panda is an ever-going improvement for each and every one of the characters, while Megamind is just a one-time story, and that's it. But now let's move on to Megamind 2. In this movie, they tell us about Megamind's early days in Metro City as a hero. The whole story development has nothing to do with the main plot of the first Megamind movie. In this sequel, they introduce us to Megamind fighting old enemies of Metro Man, who have now become part of a team claiming to be Megamind's old comrades. This, my friends, contradicts Megamind's story in the first movie, because as I said before, Megamind was the reject. No one chose him, and he was pretty much alone. But with the new story in the sequel, everything we knew about Megamind stops making any sense. Because if we think about it, Megamind's loneliness, not fitting in, and being rejected were the reasons why Megamind behaved like a villain. Because in reality, Megamind had no intentions of being a villain. He was just trying to get attention and fit in. And if in this new story they're telling us that he had a team and some comrades, all of this loses its logic. And now they would only be presenting Megamind as a crazy psychopath and liar. They're practically contradicting Megamind's entire life. Who in the world made this sequel? Did DreamWorks hire a fan with not many resources? Imagine, if the movie is going to be a complete disappointment, what can we expect from the series? In this series, Megamind will try to find a way to become a hero, but with all the crap they showed us in the movie, I'm not at all convinced that it's going to succeed. But the bad news doesn't end here. In addition to this garbage sequel, it seems that DreamWorks and Universal don't have enough budget to bring back the original voices. So say goodbye to hearing Will Ferrell's voice. Where has the brilliance gone? The most ironic thing that could happen to DreamWorks is that Illumination did actually put effort into their work, and Will Ferrell will be the voice of one of the main villains in Despicable Me 4. Crazy, right? Will Ferrell's voice was the main characteristic that stood out a lot in Megamind. It was that mix between an egomaniac and someone childish that made us laugh. And well, then we have the animation. What is this? A Jimmy Fallon joke, or what happened? Only DreamWorks knows what it's doing, because this time I think in the development they just covered their eyes whenever the animators were showing the previews, and that's why they're making a complete abomination. Let's move on to talking about Despicable Me. And it seems that this part has only positive things. Just by watching the trailer, we can get an idea of the quality of the movie they're going to deliver. Here, we'll have a good comedy, and that's why this movie can be enjoyable for kids and adults. But not only will they remind us of the comedy that we had in Madagascar, apparently they also made an effort to deliver good quality animation compared to Megamind's. Let's hope the plot of this Despicable Me 4 movie isn't as ironic as Megamind's. Imagine if Illumination manages to have all this in order. Little by little, it's going to become one of the top animation studios. And as I said, it seems that Despicable Me 4 will feature Will Ferrell's participation as one of the voices of the villains. In your face, DreamWorks! Illumination is so sure of its success that it even expects to surpass the revenue from the Mario Bros. Movie. And that's a big claim, my friends. And let's remember that in this new Despicable Me movie, Gru won't be alone. He will have by his side his new companion Poppy, a teenage villain whose development within the movie hasn't been made very clear yet. So they might come up with a surprise or two. Several speculated that this character could be the main villain, but let's not forget about Gru's new baby, who seems to think he's a complete diva, because it seems that his father's existence completely ruins his life. So let's see how Gru manages to take his son to accept him and see him as a father. And watching this new trailer also showed us Gru's adopted daughters, but it seems that these girls made a Timmy Turner's wish to never grow up again. They don't have the slightest change, indicating that these girls have not grown at least half an inch. So what I think is that even if they are 50 years old, they'll still look exactly the same. Other fans speculated that we would see a new villain in this new installment, and they were completely convinced that it would be Vector, but I don't really think we'll be that lucky. Remember that in the short film they showed us in the Duck movie, we saw that Vector was trapped on Mars. So who knows if we'll see him again. Meanwhile, we're left with the expectations of this new Despicable Me 4 movie, and of course with the disappointment of Megamind. Leave in the comments which movie you're most looking forward to.